Hello everyone, today in this video we'll be discussing the first module of the Python programming language, and I've written the previous year questions here which we'll be discussing at the end of the video. And these are the topics. The first module is very easy. We have just the basic topics and the flow control, and after that we have the functions. Okay, so we'll be discussing these three things very quickly. Okay, so and if you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Okay, so let's start the topics. The first is the Python basics. So I've written some examples here which I hope will be sufficient for you. See here, the basics is to print something, you have to write print, and within the brackets and the quotes you have to write what you have to print. Okay, so it will print hello world, and the basic math operation can be performed like 2 plus 2, 6 into 5, 5 minus 2, 23 by 7, and what is 23 double divide by 7. This will not have the decimal point, this will have the decimal point, and modulus operator will return the remainder. Okay, and coming to data types, we have to store different types of data. So we have integers, floating, and the strings. These three are the mostly used. Okay, and another one we have for bool will have either true or false. Okay, so we'll be discussing the examples in the upcoming topics. And we have string functions. These are very important. Like if you have two strings, you have to concatenate it, means make it not a single string, make it as a single string. We have the plus operator which will act as a concatenation. Okay, and replication means if you have to print Alice 5 times, what I can do is Alice into 5. Okay, it will print Alice 5 times. And that was about the string concatenation and replication. And we have to store the values in the variables. Just write the variable name and the value here. Okay, and if you write print a, it will print the value, and a is equal to a plus 2 will store the value of a plus 2 in a, so a will be 10 plus 2, which is 12. And we can have here the string also in the same variable. We need not specify the int or char and all, like how we used to do in C and Java. We have to just write the variable name, okay, in Python. And taking the user input, here's a small program. What it will print is hello, what's your name, and my name will be the variable wherein the name will be stored, and we'll have the input function. What does it do is it will take the input from the user. Suppose that you enter your name will be stored in this variable, and then if I print nice to meet you, then your name will be printed along with this with the statement. And after that, if I have to print the length of my name, then I'll write len in bracket. I'll write the variable in which my name is stored. That will print the length of my name. Okay, so here's the output which will have the name and the length of the name. Okay, and the type conversion, that means if you have to change variable from one type to another type, like if this is initially 0, right? 0 means int. If you have to change from int to string variable, what I will do is str inside the bracket what I have to change. Okay, so it will return 0 within one quotes. Okay, single quotes. And if you have to change this into the string str minus 3.14, that will return within a single quotes. Okay, and if I have to change this into int, it will change to the int value, like 42 within a single quotes is the string value. If I write here int and inside that I write this number, this string here, then it will convert that string into integer, which is 42. Okay, and you have to change the, if I have to change the float value, which is 3.5 into int, it will choose the floor value, which is 3 here, and this will be the integer now. Before it was float, then it got converted to integer value. Okay, so this was about the basic things. Let's now discuss about the conditional statements and control statements. Okay, so for example, if what is flow control? See, there are many times where I have to take the decision if yes or no. Okay, like for example, if it's raining, I have to have the umbrella. If I don't have the umbrella, wait till the rain is over, then I'll keep on checking like if the rain is over or not, and based on that I'll be making the decision. If the rain is not over, then we have to wait. Else if the rain is over, then go outside. Else if I have the umbrella also, I can go outside. If it's not raining also, I can go outside. Okay, so this is just a simple this is just a simple example of what the decision making process looks like. So we'll be using in the programming also by using some statements. See here, the first one is the boolean. Boolean will have either true or false. Okay, like if I write here t is equal to true. Okay, and if I have a if statement here, if t, then execute some lines of code. That means if the t is true, then only execute these lines of code, and I can initialize the value of t here. Okay, And what is comparison operator? That is comparing two numbers, like suppose a is equal to 10 and b is also equal to 10. Okay, then I can write a equal to b, then within that I can write if a equal to b, print something like a is equal to b. Okay, so this is the operator which is used for comparison. Equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. Okay, for example 42 double equal to 42 means it compares. Okay, that is true, and 42 double equal to 43, it's false because it's not equal. Therefore if I write here like 2 not equal to 3, that is true, 2 is not equal to 3. Okay, and hello is double equal to hello, it's true, but if there is a single letter also different like capital H and small h, it will not be equal. Okay, and for the greater than or equal to operator, my age is equal to 24 and my age is greater than or equal to 10, it's true, so it will return as true. Okay, so this is the use of the boolean operators, and we can use the and or not. Okay, means if this is true and this is true, then only it will return as true. 2 is not equal to 3, 4 is equal to 4, therefore it is true. Or means either of the one should be true to return true. Okay, if any one of these is true, then the final answer will also be true. Okay, so in this case both are true, so it will be true, and in this case this is false but this is true, therefore it is true, and in this case both is false, so therefore it is false here. Okay, and not true, not operator means it will reverse. Okay, like in not operator, if I have t is equal to true. Okay, if I write not t, what is not t means? Not true, not true means false. Okay, and in this case if I had false here, that means not t means not false, that means true. Okay, it will just negate the value. Okay, for example see here, not true will return false and not true will return true. How? Not true means false and not false means true. Okay, and conditional statements we have 3: if, elif and else. Okay, for example if I have initialized the variable my age as 18, if my age is greater than or equal to 18, print eligible to vote, else print not eligible. Okay, so here this will be executed which is eligible to vote. Okay, in case if I have the multiple statements like the grades, my grade is equal to b I have initialized. If my grade is equal to a, print outstanding. Elif means if this condition is not true, then go to here. Elif my grade is equal to b, print first class. If this is also not true, suppose that here it was c, at that time this will also become false. Therefore I will go to the last statement which is second class. Okay, so this is the use of if, elif and else. Okay, and coming to iterative statements, we have while and for loop. So here the I is initialized as 0 while I is less than 5. Is I less than 5? 0 is less than 5, it's true. While the condition is true, do the following. What is there inside the loop? We have print I, so i's value will be printed first 0, then I will be I plus is equal to 1, I will become 1, and again it will come and check the statement, it is true, it will print the I 1, then again 2, 3, 4, then when it becomes 5, it will stop the execution, it will not come inside it. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 will be printed. Okay, and we can use the same thing for in the for loop also. This is the syntax for I in range 5. Range 5 means 0 to 4. Okay, it will print those values from 0 to 4. First I will be 0, then I will become 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, and in each iteration what we can do, we can specify here. Here I have written print I, so therefore the output will be the numbers from 0 to 4. Okay, and if you want a specific range like 9 to 14, here 9 to 15 means it will just print till 14. Okay, 9 to 14, the last one will be excluded. Okay, so here the output will be 9 to 14. And if you want some steps like it will start from 5 and here it is 21. Okay, and 5 till 21 it should print not 21, 20. Here if it's 21, that means 20. Here also I have a third argument which is 5. Okay, 5 means it will take 5 steps, 5, then 10, then 15, then 20. Okay, so for 4 output will be there with the gaps of 5. Okay, that I can specify here. And coming to break and continue, break means it will come out of this loop. And which is this loop? See, while loop is here, the while loop is this one. Okay, if I write here break, that means enter your name. If I enter the name like A, it will not break, because when the name is ABC, then only it will break. I will write ABC, at that time it will come here, it will check the statement, it's true, it will execute break statement. That means if the name is ABC, it will break and come here and print thank you. Okay. So here is the output. Enter your name XYZ, it will not break, it will keep on doing the execution, because while true, so it will it's an infinite loop, so it will just keep on, it will be executing here. And when I enter the name ABC, at that time it will come here and break, and this will not be printed. See, as you can observe, this will not be printed here, it will just print thank you. Okay. And that is the same thing here. If I at the first time only, if I enter ABC, it will print thank you. This one will not be printed. Okay, because break means come out of this loop. Okay, this is the loop here. And coming to continue, that means if for example, for I in range 0 to 21, that means the I will iterate from 0 to 20. I will check each time if I is an even number, then print I, else continue. Continue means skip that iteration. Okay. If I is an even number, 0 is an even number, so therefore 0 will also be printed here. Okay, I forgot to written here, but 0 will be printed. Then continue. Continue means I in range 0 to 21. Then 1 will be checked. 1 is not even, so this will not be executed. And what will be this will not be executed, this will be executed. Okay, continue. Continue means do nothing but go to the next iteration. That means I's value will be 2. Okay, for 2 this will be printed and this will not be printed. Okay, after it is printed, I will become 3 and then this will be printed. So what happens is when we want to skip over to the next iteration, we will use continue statement. Okay, so this output will be the even numbers from 0 to 20. After getting to know about the functions, we have the libraries. Okay, libraries means it's a combination of functions. For example, if we have to do the math operations, we'll import the math module. Okay, so if for example, if I import the math module, I have many operations there. Like for example, if I have to calculate the square root of 64, I'll write math.sqrt, and here I'll pass the value. So I'll get the answer as 8. Math.tan 45, tan 45 is 1, so it will give me 1. Like that, like that, when we import the modules, it makes our task much easier. Okay, the second library is the random module. Here we can generate some random numbers. Here we can generate the random numbers like n is equal to random.randint 1 comma 20. That means it will generate a number from 1 to 20, which is random, and that will be stored in n. Okay, so in this case the random number was 15. So in this case the random number was, so in this case the value of n which I got is 15. Okay, so in that in the same way it will change for each iteration. Okay, the next one is the sys module. Sys is used for the exit functions, like if response is equal to exit, like in a menu based program, like 1, 2, 3, 4 will be there. Here some statements will be there, choose your option, at last exit will be there. For if the person chooses this one, then at that time we will call sys.exit, it will terminate the program. Okay, and coming to functions, the syntax is as follows: def, we have to write this keyword def, and then the function name followed by 2 brackets and then the definition of the function. Okay, if I write here def greet, then I write here print hello. At that time if I call this function, the output will be hello. Okay, in the same way we can modify it like greet, and inside that I can have name. So therefore if I pass any name here like Alice, this will be called and stored in name. Alice will be stored here, and what will be printed? Print hello and the name. Name is Alice, therefore Alice will be printed. Okay, and if I have to calculate the sum, I can take 3 parameters. I can take 2 or 3 parameters here, and then return the sum of the parameters passed. Okay, here I have 1, 2, 3 passed, so therefore the sum will be a plus b plus c, and that will be returned. Okay, that is 6. And coming to local and global variables, the local means if I have defined it inside a function here, small function, if I define any variable inside a function, that is a local variable to this function. Global means it's available to the whole program. Okay, if I define it the first only. For example, see here, this is the function spam. Inside that I have the variable x, which is 10. If I print x, that will be 10 only. but if I have the global variable as 20, then I define the spam and print x, it will be 20. Now problem comes when both the variables have the same name, okay, means x is 30 here and x is 10 here. At that time what will be printed? If I print here, it will be printing 10, then it will print 30, okay. So this is the confusion which comes. So here's some confusion can arise, which variable am I referring to, okay. So in that case we have to use the keyword global. So when I use global keyword, it will refer to this one only, okay. A new instance of the variable will not be created, okay. So here I have the global x is equal to 20, so this value will be edited as 20, okay. Then if I print both time, it will print as 20. Sometimes due to an error, the whole program gets stopped, okay. So to avoid that, what we can do is try the executing this one except this one, okay. Means try to execute this one. If it doesn't execute, don't stop the program, but what you have to output is this one, okay. You can have some message here and continue the rest of the program, okay. So let's see an example here. If I have written here the function in which I have taken a parameter here and return n2 divided by 42 divided by the number here, okay, which is passed. Now if I pass here as 21, what is 42 by 21? It is 2. So first I will get the output as 2, then 42 by 12, that output I will get, and here I have if I pass here 0, at that time 42 by 0 will give me error. At that time, if I don't use the try and except block, at that time the program will stop here, but in this case it will print the division is not possible and it will continue with the next iteration, okay. So here the output will be 21 3.5 and then the invalid argument, and after that the spam by 1 is 42. I forgot to write here, it will be the answer 42.0, okay. Let us now go through the questions which are repeated in the previous year papers. Not all the questions which I have written are repeated. So we will be going through some of the questions here, and these are pretty simple. So the first question is explain the types of errors. See, errors are of a few types, like syntax errors. Syntax error means if I write like instead of int I write itn, okay, that is a syntax error. Like that, if I forget to write semicolon in C++ and all, it will be a syntax error. So in that case, in Python also some similar things will be there which will violate the syntax and the rules of the writing the code. So those will come under syntax error. That was the first one. And second is the logical errors. That means if suppose that a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 20, what I wanted to do is a plus b, okay, but I wrote as a divided by b. That is logical error. And coming to the third one, which is semantic error. That means if I have to write like, see, whatever value we have to write, I will write as the value here and the variable here. If I write 10 is equal to a, that is a semantic error, okay. And runtime error means the error which is noticed during runtime, like divided by 0, and if suppose that 10 is here and b's value is 0, running of the program only the error can be identified, that is runtime error. And the last one is the compile time error, okay. While compiling the program, if there is any error that is found, that is known as compile time error, okay. And these are the simple things which you can look up at the notes. And here we have the question which is to use the try and except block for handling the non-numeric values. So we have to use a try block here. Inside the try block we will have the code, and if there is a non-numeric value, what we have to print here, that will mention inside the except, okay. That you can write by yourself. And here's here's the program. So enter the r's, it will be, if I write here NINE, that will be error. So please enter in the numeric format should be printed, okay. That's very easy to do that in try and except block. So that's what about this question. And here's an important question: conditional execution, alternative execution, chain conditional and nested conditional. What is conditional execution? If, elif and else. This is only conditional execution. Alternate execution means the try and except block. Chain conditional means if elif ladder, okay, means if elif, and inside that elif like that it will be there long chain, that is known as chain conditionals. And the last one, which is nested conditional, means if I write the statements like this, if something here like, and inside that also if I have if here, else, and then coming outside this condition here, else for this one, okay, that is a nested conditional. Okay, you can take up any example. Okay, and break and continue we had discussed in the topics, and same thing about the functions also we had discussed. And what are the salient features? Salient features means the programming in Python is faster and more easier. It is a high level language, expressive language, and so on. Okay, so that we can write by our own knowledge about Python. And we have tried some programs like to calculate area of square, rectangle, and all. This is very easy one. What is a user defined function? The function which the means there are two things. The first one is the inbuilt functions, means math.sqrt, that is an inbuilt function. Okay, and the function which we define is known as the function which we define is known as user defined function. Okay, so if I write here def and here I write greet, like how we had discussed, that is the user defined function. Okay, so basically what you have to do is write the definition, what is user defined function, and write an example for the parameter passing like how we had done for the sum, and give the suitable examples. Okay, and same thing here also, write a function to find the minimum and maximum letter in a string. And here we have the concept of type conversion also we had discussed. Role of programmers you can write by yourself, and this is the repeated one, chained and nested conditional statements. What is Python words and sentences, and compiler interpreter, the difference you can find in Google. And what is the write the Python programs to find the largest of the three numbers, check whether the given year is leap year or not. Okay, this is pretty simple questions which you can do by yourself. This is not that much hard to understand. Okay, these are a few lines of code. So this is pretty much about this module, and thank you for watching. See you in the next one.